Hi, and welcome to something else. This is not my regular content. As I said in my last video, I would do a little art doll video, so here we are. And fair warning, the final creature will be weird, cute, but like a bit odd. It's certainly not an aesthetic for everyone. Consider yourself warned. So I started making little familiars for my dolls. The faceplate's design came from the mask I did for my ox, where I tried sculpting a realistic ox cranium. I told you it was going to be weird. With this little creature, I've opened up a Patreon. If you become a Patreon, you can answer a super simple question and win this little familiar. Eventually, you'll also gain access to work in progress updates, and I'll mention you at the end of my videos. But for the rest of you, thank you so much for watching my process videos. Here is an art doll one. First, I sculpt the base. This clay is lovely to work with. It's so soft and therapeutical. Then I place the eyes where they're supposed to be. I like adding a third one. Generally, I'm a sucker for creatures with more than 2 eyes. It somehow makes them interesting, you know? In Swedish we have an adjective called fulsöt. It is just a combination of the words ful, meaning ugly, and söt, meaning cute. The Swedish Academy does not generally accept it, but I think it's legit to use anyway, especially for this one. As you can see, I make these little snake things and then I cut them. The intention is so there is roughly the same amount of clay on both sides of the face, and this is where I give the face some expression. Most of them look somewhat sad. I want to make a mad one, like super angry at everything one, like someone left a wet dish towel in the sink for days mad. Maybe next time. From Green Lantern to eyelids, yep. This year my goal with this YouTube channel was to get 1000 subscribers and 4000 watch hours, and by year I mean a teacher year, and by teacher year I mean a school year. I love my job, the students are outstanding and my co-workers are so supportive and competent, but it is draining in periods and I want to spend more time doing this, creating weird things. With that being said, I'll probably have ads in my videos soon. I just wanted to point out that watching them and hanging on supports the creator, because I know how annoying ads are, but one doesn't have to buy things to give support, and I'm just saying this because I realized it a couple of weeks ago, so maybe I'm late on the train, I don't know. So nowadays, when an ad pops up, I think to myself, what a wonderful world, or not. I think, do I want to support this creator? Most of the times, I really do. Now we're getting somewhere. I continue by giving the face some structure with a toothpick. Then I use a clear stamp to give the face some more structure. The faceplate is finished. They need some arms and legs. Just like my snowman, I wanted to give this little fella some twigs. Then, after baking the clay, I just peeled it all off. These aluminium foil bases I reuse so that I can make more. Now they all need some sanding before it's time for some paint. This black sandpaper is meant to be used with water, which is really neat because it doesn't create dust at all. It's just messy. I start with some light pink blushing before I move on to some blue shades. As you can see, I didn't cover the eyes. Covering them with tape takes longer than just gently scraping the paint off afterward. Then it's time for the arms and legs. To mix a warm brown color, I use yellow, magenta and some black. I didn't dry the airbrush properly after cleaning it, so this happened. I dried it off and painted it on totally fine. It freaked me out for a minute though. Then I airbrushed it all with Liquitex matte varnish. This matte varnish works perfectly fine in an airbrush. I didn't even dilute it. Then I took a toothpick to scrape off the paint and varnish. It went effortless, and because of the varnish it came off in one piece. Finally I used the needle to reach the outer corners. To highlight I used the Army Painter acrylics and some poison. Well, it's Flow Aid instead of poison in this bottle. This is a drop bottle, by the way. I'm going on 30, so I started with skincare, better late than never. And that bottle had contained a serum before. It was too practical to throw away though. Here I did some dry brushing before I went back to painting some icicles and sparkles. Then more glitter glue. Here I again used white for highlighting. I should have gone over it with some warmer color though, I think. Using black to shade and white to brighten up parts is apparently not the best way to do it. A tiny hat! This one is not handmade, but it is hand decorated at least. I've made this body pattern myself. I want to make some changes, so it's more pear-shaped. I'm not sure how though. I'll have to compare a pear pattern online and see what can be done. Then I hand-stitched the bottom before securing it with my sewing machine. Can someone shrink me so I can live inside this? It would be a dream. Looks so cozy. To make it more stable, I cut a piece of cardboard and put it in the bottom. Then I attached the legs and arms with a needle, some thread and a couple of beads. Finally, I secure the back. I want to add cute little hearts in the future. but this one was enough of a project for me, I think. To make the headpiece, I just cut out a circle and made it into a little pouch. Then I stuffed it with stuffing before I glued the faceplate onto it. It is a common knowledge that floppy ears heighten the cuteness by at least 200%. Or something. It's not scientifically proved, but IMO. Finally, it got some time at the hairdresser. So this was something different. I've decided that every second video will be an art doll one, a unique familiar to the last customized doll I've made. I will give these dolls to my Patreons, where one has to be the first to answer a question correctly on Patreon. The question for this one is, when did I upload my first YouTube video? So if you want this little bugger, become a Patreon and be the first to answer the question correctly. The link is in the description. If not, I thank you so much for watching anyway. I hope you all have a happy new year. For me, 2020 wasn't so bad comparing to earlier years, so I have nothing to complain about, but I really hope you all stay safe. The final product in 3, 2, 1, BAM! So cute! And weird. Fulsöt, definitely fulsöt. It is indeed a worthy familiar to my snowman, who is on her way to the US as we speak, or as I speak, or as I publish this video. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to stay kind to each other, or something. Bye!